Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. It's Saturday, December 4th. It's a little bit after 12. I have once again put myself in a time crunch that I didn't need to put myself in. Oh man. So tomorrow is the toy run at Bert's Barracuda Harley-Davidson. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen that that's going on. So in order to be able to get in line straight away tomorrow, I need to have my swag bag picked up. That also includes a wristband. And from what I understand, the wristband doesn't actually go on your wrist. It goes somewhere on your right handlebar. I don't want to deal with that tomorrow at the run, so I'm running down there to pick it up today. I also still need to buy a toy. Knowing good and well all week long that I was doing this toy run, I still hadn't gotten a toy yet. I'm also hungry and I need gas, and I'm trying to get everything I want done before 4 o'clock. It's 12:17 in the afternoon now. Probably enough time, but again, I didn't have to put myself in this situation, but here we are. I always do it. The master procrastinator, as I've called myself in the past. I'm going to tell you what, days like today are exactly why people move to Florida. It is December, and here I am in short sleeves, man. It's 73 degrees outside. This is absolutely gorgeous, man. I think it's supposed to be up to 77 today. I'm totally into that, and I'm so glad I don't have to winterize my bike. Oh, I can't even imagine. The reason I put myself on this 4 o'clock timer is my wife and I have our Saturday tradition at our little sports bar close to our house. It's been really nice. It's hard to get my wife out to do things. It's not that she's boring. She's just really content being at home and focused, 99% on the family. So if I find something that she likes doing, all over it. So the last several Saturdays, at least most of the fall, we've been going to this spot about a little less than a mile from the house. And, they got college football on. They've got a live guitarist playing, some old hits or whatever. And we really enjoy doing that. Grandson can run around and play with different things that they have available outside for him. Oh, let's grab some barbecue. If you're in the South, this is the way to do it, right? You're supposed to do that. Mission barbecue. Not my favorite, but it's pretty good too. So if you're not familiar with Mission Barbecue, it is a military / first responder themed barbecue spot. I'm putting barbecue sauce on. Again, I can already hear it. Oh, if you need barbecue sauce, it's not good barbecue. I like what I like, man. You do you. What I normally get is like a pulled pork. I love pulled pork. We used to cook it at my family's house in South Carolina. We cook it all night. And the pit that we built was a center block wall all the way around in a huge square. And you'd line it with coals and cook the pigs on a spit over the center block wall. I don't know how they do it here, probably not that way, but it's pretty good. Let's take a quick bite and see. Superb. I know a lot of people would rather see local spots on these videos, but sometimes these other places are just too convenient. That's probably the idea. Honestly, make it so convenient that they don't have any other choice. It's good though, man. I mean, if a chain cooks something right, I don't think there's any reason to avoid the chain just because they're a chain. That's just me. But one way or the other, there's nothing like a full belly that makes you want to just go back home and take a nap instead of taking care of your responsibilities. That's about where I am right now with this thing. Well, if you know me, if you've been around a little while, expressway / freeway riding is not my favorite. I'm not scared of it. I just don't like it. There's just too many idiots out there. There are more idiots on those. They're doing 75 and 80 miles an hour. I still find myself on the freeway or expressway often because it's just the fastest way to get somewhere. A lot of times, especially days like today when I'm on a time crunch. So we're headed right to one. The good thing about riding over this route in general is that it's really pretty. It goes right over the water on the Howard Franklin Bridge. We have 3 bridges in Tampa that connect Hillsborough County and Pinellas County. You've got Gandy, which is the southernmost. Then you've got the middle one, which is the Howard Franklin Bridge, or Interstate 275, which is the bypass from Tampa. Then you've got the closest one, which is coming up. You can peel off and take Highway 60 or Courtney Campbell Causeway. That's more like a land bridge with a road built on top of it than anything. And that's directly the way to Clearwater Beach. So we're taking the middle one. We're taking Howard Franklin. Yeah, so this toy run, I've mentioned it in the past, but I'm happy that I'm out doing more things. Friends or motorcyclists. I've been riding for 35 years. Didn't start on the street, started in the dirt like a lot of people did. In all this time of riding, I never really got involved in toy runs, poker runs. They're usually for great causes, but there's something about those kinds of things that were always so cliche to me that I just didn't want to get involved. Not that I think I'm some kind of hipster or something. I mean, you would know it by the cafe racer that I ride around normally, but not that I'm too hipster for those things. It just, I don't know. I just never really saw myself doing those kinds of things, so I never really did them. So I've been on poker runs before. I've been on prison runs and, all those types of events, but never a toy run. This is my first one. So I'm a little excited about it. I've changed my whole philosophy this year on how I approach motorcycles. It was, back when I had a Harley, I was 100% Harley-Davidson kind of person. My thought was, if you didn't have a Harley-Davidson, you didn't have a motorcycle, you weren't American. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate to that, or at least you know somebody who does. And for 35 cents a day, you can help somebody suffering from Harley-Davidson-Abelson syndrome. Even when I was hardcore Harley-Davidson or die, I still didn't do these things. That was compounded, of course, when I got into riding a different motorcycle this year, and I'm like, oh, then I never want to hang out with Harley. And that was the wrong approach, and I quickly realized that that's an error on my part, my bad. But this year it's just shifted. Being able to open myself up to other things has really made me appreciate everything. I can appreciate going to places like Leesburg, a few weeks ago, even though it's 99% Harley Davidson, because it's something motorcycles, and it just, like I said in the Savannah video, just gets people together. And I think that's what I appreciate the most about it. I appreciate Harley Davidsons now in a way that I never appreciated them before. Not to say that I like them any better or worse, I don't know. I'm not some sort of philosopher like I've always said. I don't know how I got off on this tangent. This is what happens when I put a helmet on my head with a microphone. I just start talking about shit and stuff comes up. I'm going to head on down the road. I'm going to see you at Bert's. We're going to pick up our swag bag, our wristband, and then head back this way to pick up a toy and meet the old lady. See you down the road. I think it's great you pull into somewhere like this. You never know what you're going to find. I've got a little bit of everything. I want to show you some of the bikes in here before we go grab our swag bag for tomorrow's event. Let me show you these. I think my favorite one though is this Ural right here. I heard the guy talking. I was going to try to get the camera out and talk to him before he left. Still pretty cool. Let me show you. So I just met that guy I waved at right back there, named Sky's Limit. If you're watching this one, I appreciate coming by and saying hi. That's the second time that somebody has recognized me out in public, and yeah, I'm really small. I know that, believe me. But it's just kind of surreal to me that, putting out videos on YouTube means that somebody out there is going to recognize who I am and come up and say hi. And I love it, man. I love the opportunity to meet new people. Well, I do. I'm authentic when I say that. I can't wait to meet more people as I continue this journey here on the old YouTube. Let's head back across the bridge. I love that road glide. I don't even know if it's supposed to be a road glide. It looks like Turd Ferguson, just more American. We're going to head back over to the Hillsboro side. So we're going to go toy shopping at Target. I would go to Walmart, but do you think I'm some sort of uncultured swine? The answer there is yes. Yes, I am. But Target's on the way, a little bit closer. All right, let's head on down the road.
I met you on a sunny day. Right there, you took my breath away. Young and pretty, was it just a dream? The next day, you called me up. You told me I'm your little buttercup. You came over and you fell into my arms. Well, I know what I feel. Please tell me your love is real. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get...
Let me tell you about the time that I chose the Christmas season to pop into Target. Probably not the best idea. So the original idea was to get something that promoted like reckless behavior, etc., you know, so kids would grow up to be wild and carefree, I guess, like a lot of us. But my wife, she kind of talked me out of that. She said, you know what, these toys are going to kids that have grown up in the foster system. The last thing they need is more danger in their life. And she kind of made me feel bad about it a little bit. So we're gonna find something. I don't know what. She also mentioned maybe I should look for stuff for the older kids. She said the little kids always tend to get the most stuff, and a lot of the bigger kids get, you know, left out or forgotten about. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure out something. All right, so here's what we ended up getting. I don't remember if I was recording when I picked this out or not. So yes, it's Harley, but it's a 1/24 scale panhead inside of a 48 panhead inside of a 1/24 scale 48 Ford F1 pickup truck. It's like a motorcycle truck inception. We're going motorcycle inside of truck, inside of box, inside of motorcycle. Bam, we're done. All right, welcome back, y'all. We are on the way to the toy run. We had to stop for the Breakfast of Champions, and my daughter's going with me. Hey, Carol Baskins lives down that way. Well, no, I guess that way, huh? Oh, shit. She lives back here somewhere. For all you Tiger King aficionados. So these wristbands that we got for the toy run, like I said, they're not wristbands. They go on, they said they wanted them on your mirror or handlebars. This was the closest I could get, and I think it was a mistake to put it on now because the wind's just pushing it all to hell. So hopefully it doesn't come flying off of there or something, you know what I mean? So this should be a good time, man. It's going to be really, really busy. There's probably going to be, I would say there's going to be 100 or more bikes up here. If I had to guess, again, most of us have never ridden with each other. So supposed to be a police escort. Paul Tuttle Sr. is going to be up here at this one. Say what you will about Orange County Choppers and whether or not you appreciate, you know, their show from before, but I'm gonna tell you, man, back in like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, we watched, I wouldn't say every episode, but we watched it quite often. So even if it's not really something that people are into right now, you have to acknowledge the fact that, you know, 15 to 20 years ago, that was a pretty fucking big deal. And he's still doing his thing, man. He's still a businessman pursuing his interests. And I can appreciate that. I feel like maybe my generation is the last one that really appreciates that for what it was. I feel like the generation just after mine didn't really care too much about that stuff, or maybe they don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Anyway, oh, you can always appreciate Sunday mornings on the road because there ain't nobody out here. I like that. This is a toll road. No peasant roads for me, boys. Anyway, we're going to see you down the road. I'll get some shots on the way. Beautiful morning out. Look at that. You'd swear Jesus was coming back through them clouds right there. All right, here we are at Bert's. What did you think of the ride over?
Cold. Freezing cold.
It wasn't freezing cold. It's like mid-50s.
Oh yeah? Well, my arms are so cold.
As I suspected, it's already 8 o'clock, so we got like, or it's only 8 o'clock. We got about an hour and a half left, and it's just chock full of bikes, man. You love to see the big turnout. Hopefully we'll be able to move this thing along pretty well once we get going. But yeah, let's take a look at some of these bikes out here, see if we know anybody. Okay,
So I don't know if you guys remember, I mentioned Jack and Colleen quite a bit in the Savannah video, but they were never on camera like one time. Like not once, except for him, except for Jack next to his broken down bike, and Colleen once with two-wheel terror trying to hug some big milkshake or something, I don't know. But, so we have a development. So since she bought her Harley, we told her she needed a bandana, Dick's in flannel, and a chain wallet. So she has...
Oh shit.
She's halfway to Harley lesbianhood, which nothing wrong with that. She's almost there.
A few moments later.
All right, getting ready to head out. There's a lot of people here, man. He said they had over 1,000 entrants. There we go, baby. Woohoo! The good thing about police escorts is you don't have to worry about, 1, red lights, 2, people peeling off out of your pack to stop the traffic. So I do appreciate that. Police are good for something. Lots of toys, lots of people dressed up for this kind of thing. I was telling my daughter, this is the first motorcycle event she's ever been to. She's the only one. I have 4 kids, like I mentioned, obviously, and 2 grandkids, which technically one of them is also my kid since he's adopted. But she's the only one of my kids that's ever really shown any interest in motorcycles. And my grandson has now 2, which is great. That means I can raise them up around them, and I love it. I'll have somebody, you know, later on in life that I hope, you know, can look back on him and his Opa with fondness. You know what I mean? But she's the only one that's ever really been on rides with me, and this is her first event. And I was telling her, which is the absolute truth, you know, people want to judge motorcyclists or bikers all the time for the rowdy hellraisers that we are. And truthfully, we are rowdy hellraisers, and I'm damn proud to do that. A lot of us, I think, fit into, you know, your Facebook friends that only post, you know, kids at their recitals, or they just put new landscaping in and they're super proud of that, and that's what they're posting. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know, those friends, that's not what we do. You know what I mean? It's almost like we're grown, but we haven't at the same time. So we have big hearts because I think we still are in that not immature mind phase, but just we're big kids at heart. So we you know, there's nothing more honest and sincere than a child. And yeah, we're all adults and grown folks, but I think we have that same earnestness that we approach things with. And I was telling her that you'll never find more charitable people than a giant group of bikers. And I mean that. All the toy runs and poker runs, and God, there are whole motorcycle clubs just dedicated to charity work. You know, my buddy Cooter mentioned that, you know, while he was down here for that Forgotten Angels camp out. You know, he said it too. And it wasn't something that we didn't know already, but you know, sometimes you just got to say it out loud. It's like we do more good as bad people than the most good people do. You know what I mean? I'm proud to do this kind of stuff, and I'm glad my daughter gets to see the kinds of things that we do. It's not just out beer drinking and hell raising, although that is an important part. You got to have that element, or you're not a real biker.
Y'all, you're not gonna be able to hear a goddamn thing, but we're here with Josh hanging out. If this comes through, then fuck yeah, we're having a hell of a fucking time. Are you kidding me? We're having such a good time. It ought to be illegal, baby. In a few states, it is. Oh wait, next guy. AJ came through with the cold beer. I love this dude, man. This motherfucker right here is one of the best dudes you could possibly know. As I pour this beer on your head. Wait. I thought this was me. I thought I was in charge. It's me. It's him. It's all of us taking over.
Well, I am fat, dumb, and happy now. Toy run is over. People are starting to clear out a late lunch at the Roadhouse. A little pricey, but food's pretty good, so I'm not going to complain too much. My day is not over. I've got about 3.5 hours of daylight left, and I still need a thumbnail for my video that's coming out tomorrow. It's already uploaded for my header install, so I got to get home and take a picture for that. That really sucks, man. Now that I'm putting more emphasis on the thumbnail piece of it, it's like finding time to do that. They're not the best thumbnails, but they're all right. They're a lot better than they were, I think. But before we go home and take a picture of the thumbnail, we are going to Ybor City, down to the Dirty Shame. And yeah, now we're heading down. Almost to the Shame. It's actually quite warm out right now, like almost uncomfortably so. Lots of motorcycles here, as I expected. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. I think I'm going to end this video right here. Once again, like I mentioned on, well, I mentioned before, I don't record a whole lot in the Dirty Shame. And a lot of that is like, that's Josh's domain, you know what I'm saying? It's like I feel kind of funny going in there with a camera when everybody expects some people to record, but I'm not embarrassed about it or anything. I just don't do it. It's kind of a respect thing. I don't know. But it was a really good fucking time. I'm glad I did that toy run. I'm glad my daughter went with me. I'm glad my wife and my grandson came out. It was a hell of a day. Highly encourage if you can get involved in events like that to bring people together, fucking do it. So we're gonna head on back to the house now. I appreciate you coming along as always. I love every single one of you motherfuckers out there, man. All you peasants, all you sinners, fucking love it. So until next time, we'll see you later.